Hello everybody, this is DS Vlog OG, and before I begin explaining why I make this video, I want to say to all of my subscribers or just random people that watch this video that I am not a big YouTuber. I never done a video like of this nature before. So if my voice sounds a little bit, kind of weird or nervousy, uh, you know what I mean. If it just sounds kind of weird, it's because I do feel a little awkward right now because normally I'm used to talking to somebody, but right now I feel like I'm just basically talking to myself. So yeah, there is a little bit of weirdness in it. But with that said, please just cut me some slack. And yeah, let's get to the reason why I'm making this video. So just recently today, I hit 100 subscribers, so I'm very happy about that. In fact, I think I'm at like 101 now, so that's very awesome. So basically, this is a thank you video for you guys. I wanna thank you guys for subscribing. I wanna thank you guys for watching my videos. I wanna thank you guys for hitting the like button on my videos, for watching them. You guys are giving them views and everything. So that's basically what it is. I want to thank every single one of my subscribers and tell you guys that I appreciate what you guys are doing for me. The fact that, like I said, you guys subscribe to me, you watch my videos, you leave positive comments. That's always really nice, etc., etc. So thank you, all of you, very much. Now, some of you are probably thinking, how come he didn't mention me? How come he didn't give me a shout out? Simply because I don't want I don't want to leave people out, you understand? So all of my subscribers are important to me. So basically, it's easier for me to just say my subscribers because you guys know who you are. If you're subscribed to me, if you like my channel, if you watch my videos and you enjoy them, that's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you guys. So if you guys fit into any of those categories, you hit the like button, you enjoy the videos, you subscribe to me, etc., etc., that's who I'm talking to. So again, thank you, all of you. Thank you very much. This is really cool. I never expected my channel to get any subscribers, to be honest with you. I just the reason I made the channel is just actually one of my friends, she needed help with an abyss stage, and since I knew how to do it, it was actually Abyss 4, and that was one of the very first videos that I uploaded, and it was just so she can see how my method of doing the Abyss 4, and that way she can learn, and we could do it together, or she could do it herself. And it's really cool because she actually ended up doing it herself, and that's awesome. Yeah, that's very cool. So that's how this channel basically got started. So after that, I said to myself, maybe I should just upload more videos. So then I started uploading the ghost ship runs and a bunch of other abyss stages, etc., etc. As a matter of fact, today I actually uploaded the final two abyss stages that I needed to complete the whole abyss saga. If for a better lack of term, let's just call it the abyss saga. So now it's fully completed. It's from abyss 1 all the way to abyss 20. They're all completed, all trinityed, everything, of course, all done by me. Most of the stages are done with Rachel because she is my favorite character, and that's who I use. But some of them are done with Jessica as well. And the reason is because I also like Jessica a lot too. So I wanted to show Jessica some love, and I throw her in, every now and then. I'll do an abyss stage with her. Because using the rifle is pretty cool. And also some of you guys, some of my subscribers also enjoy when I use the rifle and not the Magnum. So that's another reason why I like, using Jessica too. So aside from that, the other reason why I made it is also because I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I feel like I'm easily one of the best players on Revelations. So I want to show everybody, my skills on the game, my the way I do things myself, because everybody does things differently, and I just want to bring my style, to people's eyes basically. So I want to show you guys how I Trinity my stages, how I like to do things, etc., etc. So I just basically want people to see my skills, just to see how I play and to enjoy it and to learn from it as well. Why not? Definitely, just like my friend, I thought I was going to end up helping her, but no, she watched the video and she just learned herself and basically did what I did in the video, and she managed to get her own Trinity. So that's super awesome, because that just tells me that my strategies work and they're helpful. So anyways, again, thank all of you guys. Thank you very much for the support. So let's talk about something now then. So one of the questions that I get in this game, I mean, from people, from my subscribers, or people that watch my videos, is either they'll leave it in the comment section of the video, or they'll send me a personal message on PlayStation. They always ask, "Hey, what's your weapon loadout? What weapons are you using? What's the parts, etc., etc." So right now, I feel like, because this is somewhat of an introductory video and a thank you video to all of you guys, I feel like I'm going to answer that question in full detail for you guys right now. So let's get to it. Actually, before I get started though, in every single one of my videos, I do show the weapon loadout. It's at the end though. So basically, after I finish the Trinity run, you're supposed to wait. The video still keeps going, and usually this is what I do after the what do you call it? The result screen. After the result screen pops up, you need to keep watching, because after that I go here, I go to store, and then I go like this, and then I replenish the consumables, because that's very important. You don't want to go in with no bullets on the next on the next mission. So I go like this, I back out, and then I go to weapons, and then I show you guys exactly what I use in that video. But right now I'm gonna actually show you my universal loadout, what I pretty much always use in everything, in the abyss stages, in my ghost ship runs, etc., etc. Or even when I help people in like Chasm or Trench. I this is basically my gear, and I'm happy to say now that I finally have my ultimate equipment, at least for Rachel. My Rachel is fully maxed out, so I'm very happy about that. So let's get to it. My main weapon, I mean, not my main damage weapon, but my main support weapon is the High Roller Lightweight. Why lightweight? Lightweight because it makes you run faster and you can dodge easier if you have the gun equipped on yourself. I believe it's 25% or 20. I think it's like 20% speed increase and 20% in dodging. So it makes dodging a little easier. But the main thing is running fast. You want to move more brisk, so it's more, you get through the runs faster. You can also do special things in certain areas, like walk through enemies and then they explode but they don't actually hit you. It allows you to do things like that. So as for the parts, this one doesn't change much. It's always pretty much the same. It's damage 6, which gives you 15%, just an overall damage buff. That's all that is. The second one is the grenade launcher, self-explanatory. It's the thing that allows you to shoot grenades, like if you're shooting like bullets basically. And all grenades detonate on impact, meaning that as soon as the grenade touches something, a monster, a wall, the floor, you name it, it's gonna explode. It's not like when you throw it with your hand and then it kind of bounces and then it explodes. No, so a good balance is knowing when to use the grenade launcher in the proper moments and knowing when to throw them with your hands. It's also beneficial to you. Yeah, I know that sounds weird, right? Because I see when most people get the grenade launcher, they automatically assume like, oh, this is way better. And at first glance, I understand it does feel way better. It's like, wow, this is cool. I can just shoot the grenade, awesome. But sometimes it's a lot more beneficial to throw it the old school way, to kind of like let it bounce, or like with the decoys. if you shoot a decoy, that thing's just gonna blow up like a normal grenade. So it's better to throw it because it's gonna start the beep, beep, and then the monsters are gonna go to it. So that's much more beneficial to you than just having it blow up immediately. So, anyways, the other part is that ammo recovery 7 is cornucopia 3, and what this does is it regenerates. Here, look, it regenerates 7 bullets every 30 seconds. So that's very cool. This is basically what gives you that quote unquote infinite ammo effect. This is the start of it. Then the other one is ammo drop rate. This part is called ammo magnet. Ammo magnet 7. That's exactly what it's called. And enemies will have a 35% drop rate of ammo for ammo. And again, what this actually means is, say that I go up to something with my hard roller equipped and I knife it and I get the kill, right? There's a 35% that monster is gonna drop me bullets. Basically, I believe it's like 21. Yeah, so 21 ammo or around there. I think it's 21 though. So that's 35% might seem like a big boost, but you'll be surprised how often you'll get those 21 bullets, 21 rounds, or whatever you want to call them if you're like a gun enthusiast, and rounds, whatever. Okay, so moving on. Recover BOW decoys. Again, this is basically what's it called? Bottomless pouch 7, I believe. Yes, this is bottomless pouch 7. So this thing gives you a decoy every 210 seconds. So there you go. It's just every 210 seconds you'll get a decoy for free, basically. So again, it's just more ammo regeneration. And you're seeing the trend, right? Because this is my support weapon. Every part on this is all support. So this is exactly why you call it your quote unquote support weapon, because you're not going to really be fighting with this weapon. This is all just for support. The other thing is grenade recovery. This is basically the same thing as the above one, but this is the legendary version of it. This is the FBC2. And what this does, see, it adds 1 hand grenade, which is basically the normal frag grenade. And then it adds a shot grenade every 180 seconds. So it's basically bottomless pouch 5 and bottomless pouch 6 in one. And it's faster too. So, I mean, it's even better. So again, a pretty awesome part. And finally, another legendary part. This is BSAA 2. And again, it's just like cornucopia and ammo magnet put together, but with enhancements. This one gives you 10 rounds instead of 7. And instead of being 35% of the, if you kill an enemy, it's a 40%. So again, almost 50%. So this, you're gonna get a lot of ammo back, like especially if you're killing like the weaker monster. Like say you go to a room when there's a bunch of fish on the floor and you shoot them with a shot grenade and you kill like 4 of them at the same time, or 2, 2 or 3, whatever. There's a very high chance that you're gonna get a lot of rounds back. So this is, again, if you balance this, you're gonna have a good balance of like the quote unquote infinite ammo, because they're always going to be regenerating ammo all the time. Like for example, just with this gun itself, I'm getting 17 rounds back, 7 from here from the cornucopia 3 and 10 from here from the BSAA 2. So this is 17 rounds that pretty much turn into magnum rounds, and I'll explain how that works. So okay, so that's the first gun. Second gun, this is my baby right here, guys. Yeah, the serpent. I've been hunting this weapon since I got the game like almost 2 months ago already. Like you're probably wondering, oh wow, how do you know about this weapon? Well, a little background is that I actually played this game a lot on the PC version. So I come from the PC version of this game, and I had a serpent in that game, so I know it's just how powerful it is. But this one, because this is the PS4 version, this is the blue serpent, or the blue tag version of the serpent with the extra slot, way more powerful, etc., etc. So yeah, guys, when this dropped for me about a week ago, I was super happy, because again, this was the gun that I was hunting by far, and so happy that I finally got it. And as you guys can see, this thing is like an absolute monster of a gun. So Yeah, it's amazing. It's arguably the best gun in the game. So, there you go. So yeah, this is my main damage dealer too. This is my bread and butter gun. This is the gun that I do all of my killing with. About not all, but about 90%. 90% of the killing is done by this gun. And before I get into the Serpent and the parts, this was my to go to gun right here. This one, the Python Sonic Assist Plus. And this gun is basically like the Serpent, but it's like a weaker version, as you can see. Yeah, it's a much weaker version than the Serpent, but it's very similar. But again, it's weaker like in every department. It fires slower, and the damage is lower. So again, the Serpent is like the amped up version of the Python. It's the rare version, or as some people call them, the named version of it. Like, see how it has a name, Serpent? Yeah, that's the rare version of it. So obviously it comes with more power and faster fire rate. But getting to the parts. This is my ghost ship. Basically, this is my ghost ship loadout right now. This is for ghost ship, not necessarily for abyss. But I'll explain the ghost ship one again. Just very straightforward. Damage 6, 3-shot burst. That's basically when you pull the trigger, you get 3 rounds coming out of the chamber. Basically, that's what that means. Fire rate plus 28%. Again, self-explanatory. 28% fire rate. You fire the gun 28% faster. All ammo available. That's Gluttony 5. And Gluttony 5 is the most requested item in the game. Why? Because it's pretty much a game changer. And what do I mean by that? With this item, it basically makes you a better player, just like magically, pretty much. Why? Because you get to use the Magnum and you can use it to its full potential. Because what Gluttony 5 does is that once you finish the Magnum ammo, which is like 80 something rounds, I believe. I forget, it's like 82, I think, around there. Once those are done, it starts to eat the ammo of the submachine gun, or in this case, assault rifle. And it does it because the assault slash submachine gun ammo is the cheapest ammo in the game. So that's basically how it goes. It first eats the cheapest to the most expensive. So in this case, it's going to be assault rifle slash submachine gun, handgun, shotgun, rifle, and then finally the Magnum. But of course, it's going to eat the Magnum first because it's using the that you're using a Magnum, so of course it's going to use its own rounds. But you get what I'm saying though. So basically, this is why this is important, because when you're generating 17 rounds every 30 seconds, yeah, you pretty much have quote unquote infinite ammo, because all that ammo is turning into ammo for this thing right here. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. And this is why Gluttony 5 is so requested. This is why when you go to communities, you see people saying, hey, can somebody please help me carry me through the ghost ship? Because the ghost ship, as you guys know, it's a very difficult thing to do. Not many people can do it solo. Yeah, I get it. It's super difficult. You have to really learn it. You have to be patient. It takes, when I first did my own solo Trinity, it was super difficult because again, nobody helped me do it. So I had to basically learn it. I had to sit down and get my very own first Gluttony 5. This was back in the PC days. So, it took me like 3 weeks of practice. Like seriously, I know that sounds like an exaggeration, but I do not exaggerate. It is difficult because the enemies are so random. There's spawn A, there's spawn B. So you really have to learn a lot. And sometimes the game, unfortunately, it has bullshit in it. Sometimes you get hit by some bullshit, like a tricorn. Those range enemies that shoot at you. Sometimes they can shoot through the walls and just bullshit like that shouldn't be happening, and you'll get hit, obviously ruining the Trinity. So I get it, man. It's extremely frustrating and very, very difficult. Even the vanilla one. And what I mean by vanilla, the normal ghost ship. Because now in this version of the PS4, they added an even crazier version, which is the ghost ship Chaos, or as it's known in Japan, ghost ship Hell. But yeah, so basically that's Gluttony 5. The next thing is Goliath damage, 24%. What that does is it basically, you know, like those monsters that have like a little icon next to them, like one of them could have like a little running man. That means that they're fast. And then you have the other enemies that have like a fist. Those do more damage to you. And then there's the enemies with a crown. That's basically known as a quote unquote mini boss because they have all the buffs. So they're, you know, they take heavy, you know, they could take a lot of damage, they dish out a lot of damage, and they have a lot of HP. And then of course you also have the tank enemies, the ones with the shield next to them. What the Goliath damage does, ups the damage you do to strong enemies by 24%. By strong enemies, that's what it's talking about. It's talking about the enemies with the icons next to them. So any enemy with any icon, it does 24% damage. Damage to normal enemies is decreased by 30%. What that is, again, is pretty self-explanatory. Enemies that don't have an icon are considered quote unquote normal enemies. So when you shoot those, my gun is gonna be nerfed by 30%. Now you're thinking to yourself, oh, that sucks. And I guess you know, on paper it does suck, but this gun is so powerful that it doesn't matter. I can shoot a normal enemy and it's gonna one-shot it. Even with the 30% nerf, it's still gonna one-shot that enemy. So again, it doesn't matter because I'm still one-shotting them. In the end of the day, they're still dying with one burst, so it doesn't even matter. So again, it basically, I don't even notice it. But yeah, so that's what that is right there. The final item is Stars 2. And this is another legendary part. And this part can only be obtained in the Ghost Ship Chaos via a Trinity bonus. And it's only a 33% chance of dropping. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous, huh? You have to not solo, but you have to get the Trinity bonus in the Ghost Ship Chaos. And then you have a 33% chance of getting it. I mean, yeah, Capcom was kind of crazy when they made that, but you know, I mean, I guess it provides one hell of a challenge, so that's kind of cool, I guess. But anyways, what this part does, it's a universal autoloader. So what that means is that I can put it on any gun and it'll work. You know how normally you have to have like autoloaders for everything, like autoloader 1 for the handgun, autoloader 2 for the shotgun, autoloader 3 for the assault rifle / submachine guns, autoloader 4 for the rifle, the sniper rifle, autoloader 5 for the magnums. No, with this one is universal. It doesn't have a number. You can just put it on whatever, and it also has the weapon tag steady hand built into it. Not necessarily like, you know, a straight up steady hand, but it has like the main feature of steady hand because, as you know, or maybe you don't know, steady hand, it reduces the recoil by 60%, but it also adds other little features, like it makes your gun shoot a little faster and it gives you a little bit more critical. So it does more than just lower the recoil, but this one just borrows the 60% negative recoil, which is the main thing. So it's a pretty broken part. I mean, it's an autoloader, a universal autoloader, and it also decreases the recoil of your gun by 60%. I mean, that is absolutely fucking awesome. Excuse my language, but you understand what I mean. Okay, so moving on. The next gun is my shotgun. And this gun, it's funny because when I first found this gun, I found it before my Serpent. I found this one like 3 weeks ago or almost 4 weeks. It's been a while though, for sure, about 3 weeks. I found a weapon and I remember telling my friend, I was like, oh, look, I found a sledgehammer. Whatever. It's not a big deal. It's not what I want. And I was so wrong because I didn't really, you know, it was like I had this awesome gun, but I didn't appreciate it. You know, I didn't really think it was all that. But then I started using it. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And you know, I ended up maxing it out, you know, plus 30. And I was just like, whoa, wait a minute. This shotgun is just absolutely amazing. And it is. This shotgun is I believe it's the best shotgun in the game. And it's crazy because at first I was like very indifferent towards it, but now it's my baby now too. I love this shotgun. It's ridiculously like, I wouldn't say it's overpowered, but it's very, very powerful. Like I said, it's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, it's very cool. So I love this gun now. It's good firing speed. The capacity, I believe it comes at 20. I made it 30. Why 30? Because it gives, that's like the, to me, that's like the sweet spot for stun locking Norman. You know, when you're shooting, when you're full bursting 30 rounds at Norman, he's gonna get owned, you know, for free. So that's why I like it with 30. You can get away with the 20, but you know, I prefer the 30, and that's why I made it like that. So first part, full burst. This is basically self-explanatory. Fires all remaining ammo consecutively with one trigger pull, and yeah, that's basically what it does. You pull the trigger, those through 30 rounds are gonna fire. Yeah, pretty broken, huh? Scatter -10. It reduces, it makes, basically it makes the radius of the blast, because as you know shotguns, they have like the spread. It makes the spread less. Basically it makes it more narrow. You're probably thinking to yourself, why, you know, why would you want that? Well, because this is a Norman killer, or not just a Norman killer, you know, like I use it on those little fat things, you know, that are quick, those little fat monsters with the chainsaw. You see me use it in my Abyss Trinity runs before. Every now and then I'll pull it out and use it on those things. Or sometimes I use it on the shark monsters. And I don't know what the hell those things are called. I just call them the shark monsters. But it's that monster with the sword and the shield, and it kind of looks like a shark from the top. Yeah, I don't know if it's a shark, but that's just what I call them, the shark monsters. And it makes short work out of them. And again, the narrow helps because you can pretty much point it at like a weak spot, and guess what? All those little bullets hit that one weak spot in a concentrated effect. So it does ridiculous damage, basically. Like I said, it's just super ridiculous. And it's perfect for Norman because when you stand behind Norman, he has like that big tumor thing, and it's just all the little bullets hit that little tumor part, and it's just awesome. And if you guys want to see the effect, just watch one of my, I have 7 ghost ship Trinities. Well, I only, in one of them I don't use the shotgun because I'm using Jessica. So because in the Jessica one I don't use the shotgun, so I don't use the shotgun on him. But in the other ones you can see what I'm talking about and what effect it actually has on Norman. Okay, so moving on. Days plus 120%. This is what allows you to pretty much daze Norman. So basically what this means is that if he wants to attack you or something, you're going to make him flinch. And when he flinches, he's not going to be able to attack you. So this is why that's very important. It allows you to get a 100% stun lock on Norman. And he even if he, and again, you'll see it in some of my videos where he tries to kind of swing at me, but at the same time, he kind of like just like staggers and kind of flinches. That's why. So he can basically, with this, he'll never flinch, and you'll just kill him. Basically, like he'll just take all the hits. All ammo available. This is known as Gluttony 2, and this is basically like the Magnum one, but it's the 2. You know, it's Gluttony 2. Again, it eats the ammo, the weaker ammo, I mean the more cheaper ammo. Again, in this case, it eats my high rollers ammo, which is basically what I wanted to do. Goliath damage, I already explained that. Auto reload and -60 recoil, stars 2. Again, I also already explained that as well. So this is basically my loadout for the ghost ship, and it's basically one hell of a loadout. Yeah, it's top tier stuff. Basically, this is like the top tier loadout in my opinion, especially for Rachel. Sometimes in some of my Abyss stages though, you will not see me use the high roller. And some people have asked me that too, and I'm going to answer that question here as well. I use this right here, the G36. Where is it at though? Where is my G36 at? There we go. So this is my G36. The reason I use the G36, again, lightweight, because it's a support weapon, is just no particular reason. I just like the way it looks. That's it. It's just cosmetic reasons. There's no reason. In fact, it's a weaker gun than the high roller is the best support weapon in the game, hands down, no argument. It's the best weapon because it's the strongest. It pierces. It has a decent fire rate, which is like 15.00, which is more than enough. And it also has 7 slots. I mean, that's amazing. So it's maxed out slots. It's the strongest, and it's just a great gun. Again, I use this one simply because it looks good. That's it. No reason. Sometimes in some abyss stages, not in many though. In fact, I only use it like in one. In the one video that I made for my friend, it's this gun right here. Why? Because it just fires faster than the Python or the Serpent. And I mainly use this when I carry people in Chasm or Trench. Again, why? Because the level nerf is huge in Chasm and Trench, because I have to lower my level sometimes to like 12 or something. So my Python, or I mean in this case my Serpent, which is all I use now, it fires not super slow, but significantly slower. So I bring this in, and again, it just one shots everything, especially with the full burst. So it's no big deal. It's perfect. I would love a Thunder Raptor though. That would be super awesome. But I prefer a Prowler. So Capcom or the RNG gods, if you're listening to me, give me a Prowler before you give me a Thunder Raptor. But fuck it, you know, I mean, I'll take a Raptor regardless. But I want the Prowler for Jessica, because as you guys see from my videos, I do use Jessica in some stuff. So I like using Jessica. So definitely, I would love a Prowler as well. So when it comes to Jessica, this is her gun for now, because again, I don't have a Prowler. And you know, if I don't get a Prowler, this is her gun for now. It's a PSG1 Estetihan, and plus 30, of course. That means it's completely maxed out already. Same stuff, you know, damage 6, 3-shot burst, all ammo available. That's Gluttony 4. And beast damage. And a little bit on beast damage. Beast damage is just like the Giant's Rabbitfoot 3 or Goliath damage. What it does is it gives you 24% damage on hunters and wolf style creatures. The cool thing about this item though is that it doesn't have any nerfs. So this is just a straight up buff. See, it says ups the damage you do to enemies like hunters and wolf-like creatures by 24%. So boom, there is no nerf here. It's just a straight up damage buff to those types of creatures. So this rifle is kind of weak. So I feel that Goliath damage kind of does hurt it a little bit. So I prefer to roll with this setup. And then of course the final thing, you know, another stars too. And that's pretty much it. I think I covered everything about my loadout. This gun right here, the M3, well no, not that one, but this one right here, the M3 Sonic Assist. Basically this was my to-go-to stun lock for Norman. But ever since I found the Sledgehammer, that basically became my to-go-to gun. But this here, so if you guys have an M3, a blue one with 6 slots like this is how you should make it, because this will allow you to stun lock Norman 100% of the time, especially if you throw in the days 5 that adds 120 days effect, because Sonic Assist already adds 80. So add 80 plus 120, you get 200. And with 200, that's it. It's guaranteed. You will always stun lock the fuck out of Norman, so he just cannot ever get out. You'll just eventually kill him. There's nothing he can do. So again, really, really awesome shotgun. It's not even like a rare one. This is just a normal. It's not Raider or whatever the rare one's called. So yeah, you know, pretty cool stuff. Okay, so one other thing that I do want to mention, and that's the part. Okay, here it is. Let me go to it. Middle of Courage. Okay, so when I'm doing the Abyss runs, you'll notice that I'm using this right here, right? This is a very important part. So what Middle of Courage does, here, let me show you. So okay, boom, you see this stage right here. It says recommended level 31. But when you go on the stage, some monsters can be like level 36 or something crazy like that, right? So what the Middle of Courage does, it basically puts you at level 36 as well, basically giving you a fat chunk of damage back that you normally lost from de-leveling from 50 to 31. Because now it's like, sure, you don't get all your damage back from being a normal level 50, but you get some of it back. And of course, some is better than nothing, right? But in this case, it's significant. It's not just some, it's like a fat chunk of damage. So if you're using the Middle of Courage, you're gonna do way more damage. So it's a very, very useful item for when you're helping people do a trench, when you're helping do, look at this, 16, when you're helping do people, do chasms, or even when you're helping in Abyss. It's very useful, but never use it in the Ghost Ship and never use it in the Ghost Ship Chaos. Why? Simply because these two stages are unique. They do not have any nerfs on them. So in these stages are meant for you to have no nerfs. So you go in here, you bring your strongest, best equipment that you can possibly use. There is no nerfing on you. In fact, look, the recommended level is 50. So it wants you to be completely maxed out right here. And again, for good reason, because these stages are no joke. Again, not trying to brag or anything. Some people have told me this, that when they watch my videos and the Ghost Ship ones, or when I've carried them, they tell me this, like, wow, Diaz, you make this look like it's nothing. But again, that's rare, it's rare for people to make it look like it's nothing, especially when they're helping somebody and they also get the Trinity. So me, usually when I help people, this is why people always find me impressive, because when I'm helping them, I'm basically carrying them. I do the whole map for you, including both, I do the whole thing for you. And then at the end, they notice that I also take no damage. So to them, that's just like, wow, man, how do you do it? But again, it's just all, I'm dedicated to this game. I played it on the PC for over a year. So this is why I have all this knowledge already. So again, but the main thing though is that I love this game. It's one of my favorite Resident Evils. The raid mode is such a fun mode. I just absolutely love it. I love the leveling up. It feels like an RPG, so that's why it's so fun to me, because of the RPG element to it. And just, grinding and getting better weapons. That's just so cool. Unfortunately though, the RNG in this game, the random number generator, can be very brutal. So sometimes it's very difficult to get what you want. Me, I've definitely been very lucky, as you guys can see. And so I'm very grateful for that. But as you guys can see though, I almost have 400 hours in raid mode. So that's a lot of raid mode right there. So, okay, guys, I think I answered, the main question that you guys had. And again, I want to go back to saying, thank you. Thank you for subscribing, because this is what this video is about. It's basically a thank you video. So, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking the videos. Thank you for watching them. Thank you for leaving kind comments, etc., etc. I never imagined that I would get 100+ subs. That's pretty badass right there. I know that some of you are like, well, that ain't shit. There's YouTubers with millions of subscribers. Sure, I understand that, but to me, this seems like something, so that's pretty freaking cool. So I never thought that my videos would, do decent like that. And one of my videos is almost at 700 views, which is my most popular one, the Rachel one that I do on the Ghost Ship Chaos and Spawn B with all the BP medals. That one seems to be very popular. A lot of people seem to like that one, so that's really cool. That makes me happy. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying earlier, again, I don't name anybody specifically because all of you guys are important to me. So again, the best way for me to make you all feel important is to just say my subscribers, and you guys know exactly who you are. My subscribers, if you're subscribed to me, this message, this thank you coming from me is for you. And again, I do it with my voice to make it more realistic, to make it more so you guys can hear me. I know some of you guys haven't heard me before, so this is pretty cool. You'll get to actually hear my voice. Again, I apologize if it sounds kind of weird. You also have to keep in mind that I'm using the crappy microphone that came with a PlayStation. So the microphone that comes with the PlayStation is just like a crappy microphone. So it's nothing fancy. So my voice, I'm pretty sure, doesn't sound as accurate as it should. But this is how I sound, and again, if I sound a little nervous or a little kind of weird, it is because I feel like I'm talking to myself. So there is some awkwardness. So like I said earlier, please just cut me some slack, and hopefully I can get better at this. If another thing, now that you guys heard my voice and heard me talking, if you guys like hearing me talk, I could make some of my future videos of Revelations with me actually talking in it. So if you guys want to see something like that, like me doing like a Ghost Ship Chaos with some random chatter in it, let me know. I'll probably do that. But for now, the video is becoming kind of long, so I'm gonna call it quits already. But again, final thing, again, thank you to all of you guys. I appreciate everything you guys have done for me, comments, likes, etc., etc. You guys are very awesome. So again, thank you very much for that. For me, it's nighttime right now, so I'm gonna say have a good night, or wherever. I don't know. You're probably in Europe or something, in Japan. Well, I don't in Japan. I don't know if you're gonna understand me, but you get what I'm saying. If you guys are from other countries, here where I'm at, it's nighttime. So again, just you guys have a wonderful night, and yeah, thank you to all of you guys. All right, so have a good night, and I'll keep making videos for you guys. So okay, guys, so stay cool and take care. Bye bye.